So that's my definition of what impact investing is and that landscape. But then the common question is, well, where'd risk go? Right? I thought there was a risk return thing out there. So if we talk to a wealth manager or anyone who's been trained in the modern version of portfolio management, the more common landscape you're told about is risk and reward, right? So the more ROI, well, we use that same vertical axis. Well, we need another axis. So I don't have 3 dimensions. We'll just twist this whole thing around for the moment and ignore impact for a second. And we have another axis, which is risk. And so what we're told is, well, the more risk you take, the higher your return should be. So the reason why savings accounts pay so little is because you're not risking much. And then if you move over to, let's say, corporate bonds or government bonds, you're taking a slightly higher risk, so you should get a higher return. And then it works it all the way up. And the highest risk thing you should be investing in is alternatives, right? And what they say, shares up here, the riskiest thing is private shares, angel investing, venture investing. That's a risky endeavor. So that's why we should be getting better return when we do that. Well, that's what they tell you. But there's this graph that gets put out every year. And if you've never seen this, it's one of my favorite graphs in investing. This is a graph of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different asset classes. And here we have year by year. Each column is a year. And underneath each one, it tells you what the average return was for that entire bucket of potential investments. And it's ranked from top to bottom. So they're sorted with best return, worst return, right? And so this is, real estate investing at the top in 2000 was great, and emerging market investing was terrible. And the swing between the two of them is more than 50% different. But if you just scan your eye over to the right, it's random, right? It is not true that cash is the lowest and small cap, highest risk companies, small companies is the highest return. That's just not how it actually turns out in real life. So this idea of risk return, it's nice on paper, but it doesn't actually work in real life. So you don't have to worry about risk in this case when we're talking about impact investing. The better way to look at this is what is your money doing? Is your money doing any good in the world? And if so, how much good is it doing in the world? And what return do you expect to have when you're aiming to have that impact? Risk you have no control over, and it doesn't really matter.